Lights on the houses, candles in the windows, the holly and the ivy, and we're counting on Christmas. Stockings on the mantle, logs on the fire, cookies for Santa, and we're counting on Christmas. Babes in the manger, shepherds and the wise men, frankincense and myrrh, and we're counting on Christmas. Get us through this quarantine. Get us through the loss and the pain. Give us something to believe. Let us hug our families again. There's hope for George Bailey, wings for Clarence. In Bedford Falls it's snowing, and they're counting on Christmas. Chestnuts are roasting, singing for a soul king. All you merry gentlemen, they're counting on Christmas. Get us through this quarantine. Get us through the loss and the pain. Give us something to believe. Let us hug our families again. 'Cause we're counting on Christmas. All the parents and the children, all the elves and the reindeer, they're counting on Christmas. Bing Crosby and Bowie, and Burl Ives and Gene Autry, John and Yoko, they're counting on Christmas. Frosty and Rudolph, all the little drummer boys, Alvin and the Chipmunks, they're counting on Christmas. Yeah, they're counting on Christmas. We're counting on Christmas. Okay, this next song is a kind of a non-denominational holiday song that I always like to dedicate to my friend Eric the Snake Gullickson. This is called Pagans and Christians. My name is O'Reilly, and what do you say? I know you could stand me a whiskey today, and I wouldn't mind staying in here for a while, 'cause it's hard to keep warm with a joke and a smile. And I ain't selling nothing, I don't want a loan, I'd gladly go home if I just had a home. And it's the Yuletide season, and what do you know? Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe, the old mistletoe. Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe. I've been on the road, and it's easy to see that the road isn't kind to the likes of me. And I come to this city at the end of the year for no better reason than I've never been here. And the skaters are gliding by the big Christmas tree, away in a manger the babe is asleep. And and it's the Yuletide season. And what do you know? Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe, the old mistletoe. Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe. Well, I don't have a brother, but my brothers in arms, they're in every city, in the shelters and barns, and the nuts falling far from the family tree, but the home fires still burn in my memory. The sounds of the children, the songs in the air, glad tidings to hobos and billionaires. And it's the Yuletide season, and what do you know? Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe, the old mistletoe. Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe. Well, of gods and messiahs you can argue and fight, but I followed my star to this tavern tonight. And I may not be rich, but I'm bearing a gift. And for the price of a whiskey, you can know what it is. And I ain't selling nothing, I don't want a loan. The giving is free if there's love in your bone. And it's the Yuletide season, what do you know? Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe, the old mistletoe. Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe. And I'll drink to your health, sir, 'cause you never know. Pagans and Christians neath the old mistletoe. Well, this next song was inspired by my wife's grandfather, who came to this country from County Cork and worked for the T for many, many years. I believe he was a driver. And this is a little song called Christmas Eve. Well, it's Christmas Eve, and what do you know? Staring through the glass at the dirty snow. Street lights are on and it's barely 4. The wind is whipping the trolley doors. The trolley rattles and the trolley brakes for the Model Ts and the Chevrolets. Driving that green line, letting it roll from Chestnut Hill to the combat zone. Well, it's barely light when Pa goes out in his uniform to start his route. And by the time the kids head off to school, he's been ringing his bell for an hour or two. Cause it's Christmas Eve, and what do you know? Staring through the glass at the dirty snow. Street lights are on and it's barely 4. The wind is whipping the trolley doors. The trolley rattles and the trolley brakes for the Model Ts and the Chevrolets. Riding that green line, letting it roll from Chestnut Hill to the combat zone. Well, school is out and the kids are home. Supper's on and the kettle's warm. Somewhere down by Fenway Park, Pa's looking for the Christmas star. Teddy ball game. 'Cause it's Christmas Eve, and what do you know? Staring through the glass at the dirty snow. Street lights are on and it's barely 4. The wind is whipping the trolley doors. The trolley rattles, the trolley brakes for the Model Ts and the Olds 88s. Riding that green line, letting it roll from Chestnut Hill to the combat zone. Well, it's 6 days on and 1 day off, away in a manger like a bump on a log. The kids are waiting on midnight mass. Pa's waiting just to fill his glass. Cause it's Christmas Eve, and what do you know? Staring through the glass at the dirty snow. Street lights are on and it's barely 4. The wind is whipping the trolley doors. The trolley rattles, the trolley brakes for the Model Ts and the Chevrolets. Riding that green line, letting it roll from Chestnut Hill to the combat zone. From Chestnut Hill to the combat zone. Okay. I had to go to work at midnight on Christmas Day. Leave my children dreaming of toys and Santa's sleigh. And driving in the darkness, I kept looking up at the sky. Didn't see no reindeer, didn't see the fat man go flying by. Maybe I don't believe it, but who cares if I did? 'Cause I always thought that Christmas was for kids. All night long I did my job. Mostly I worked alone. I didn't have any carols playing on the all-night radio. Driving home in the morning light, a little fuzzy behind the eyes. I pulled into my driveway, saw the flashing Christmas lights. My children stood there waving in the doorway with their gifts. I always thought that Christmas was for kids. How did you feel that day when you heard that your fiancé was in the family way? and you knew you were not the father. She was just a girl, barely out in this world, and how your thoughts did swirl between shame and fear and anger. Well, it was probably some soldier who took her in some corner, another fresh dishonor by those pagan sons of Caesar. But she said she talked to angels. She said she talked to angels. And you believed in angels, didn't you? Didn't you, Joseph? Tradesman in your town, a man known all around, on the holy days to be found in prayer inside the temple. And this girl you'd barely known, arranged to be your own, brought shame into your home and the laws of your betrothal. You could refuse her as your wife. You could cast her out in spite, mark her baby for life by the sins of her betrayal. But she said she talked to angels. She said she talked to angels. And you believed in angels, didn't you? Didn't you, Joseph? Yes, you believed in angels, like the one who came before you and told you of this baby and all that he would do. And the teachings of the prophets you would not live to witness, but you believed in angels, and how could you refuse? Could you, Joseph? There will be other children. Your teenage bride was willing, and you raised them up as equals to the one that you adopted. And you passed out of the play, in such a minor part you made. But he loved you in his way, though he knew you were not his father. And as you breathed your last, did she come and take your hand? Was there something that you asked, and did she ever really answer? But she said she talked to angels. She said she talked to angels. And you believed in angels, didn't you? Didn't you, Joseph? Yes, she said she talked to angels. She said she talked to angels. And you believed in angels, didn't you? Didn't you, Joseph? Okay, I got one more song. I dedicate this to everybody out there that's listening to this or watching this. It's the time of the season when that old familiar music is on the wind, and everybody's living freely and trying to be children once again. And all your life you remember it so clear that you were not forsaken when the good times were here. And it's the time of the year. It's the time of the year. It's the time of the season to be smiling at the faces that you meet. He's talking slow and easy to anyone who needs some friendship on the street. And all your life you'll remember it so clear that you were not forsaken when the good times were here. And it's the time of the year. It's the time of the year. It's the time of the season to be staying close to the one who moves your heart, to be glowing with that feeling that love can grow and never fall apart. And all your life you'll remember it so clear that you were not forsaken when the good times were here. And it's the time of the year. And it's the time of the year. It's the time of the season that can pick you up when the blues have got you down. It's a time for true believing that your dreams are bound to see you through somehow. And all your life you'll remember it so clear that you were not forsaken when the good times were here. And it's the time of the year. It's the time of the year. It's the time of the year.